Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back to another video. My name is Matty
And my name is Benjamin.
and welcome back to the channel. We're really happy to have you here as always. Another week, another update, and we have a few juicy things to do here, and I think you guys are gonna enjoy it. Wait till the end. We'll have some very important information towards the end about various things actually. Anyways, let's begin with my week. In regards to my week, I've been working quite a lot in regards to my normal work. It's been pretty upside down, pretty nice actually. I've been trying a lot of sales tactics that I will use in the agency. I've been trying a lot of them on the people, and I've also learned that you can do a lot more than you think, and a no isn't always a no. Usually a no is a thought in your head like, okay, I'm not gonna do it right now, I will think about it later. And most people believe these people that say, oh, I'm gonna think about it later. It's not that these people are lying, but they will think about it, of course, but for a single, like, this much of a moment. Simply stated, they come to you and then you tell them everything, or you just have a call, or you have a meeting, or whatever, and then they say, okay, thank you for all the information, I'll take it, I'll wait till tomorrow to digest everything, and then I'll give you an answer. Usually one of three things happen: they never give you an answer, or after 100 years of you be like, oh, can you give an answer, can you give an answer, can you give me an answer, they say like, oh no, because they forgot everything. Or they just upright tell you no or yes, maybe. If they told you yes, that means that these people are very honorable for themselves, and it means that probably you could, if you wanted, to close them on the spot. Probably. But they said yes, so who gives a shit if you close them today or tomorrow or next week. Anyways, so usually this part where you think that, okay, they're gonna think about it, I'm gonna believe in them, and I will contact them a week later, 3 days later, let them digest everything, just as they say. You forget that these people have families of their own. You see, after they're done with their meeting, they probably have like another meeting with their crew. They have a meeting with the people and the people that they're selling on, and they have a lot of things to do in their own life. It's very stressy, and a lot of things is happening overall. They eat good food, they eat bad food, or they just talk shit, and problems happen. They forget you. They forget everything about it. They didn't lie to you. They didn't lie. Don't get me wrong, but they just forgot, because we are human. We forget. When you say I'm gonna think about it, when you actually think about it, you're an honorable person. You're a person that thinks like, okay, I need to think about it because I actually need to think about it. But you need to come down to that part where they tell you everything. Because usually it's just doubt after doubt after doubt after doubt. And after all these doubts are done, they will say yes. Most of the times they will say yes. But in these few times when they say no, I always say this, that you can never overstay a welcome, and you will understand a point in time where the client or the prospect or the lead that you're talking to will become annoyed. And when that person becomes annoyed, then you know, like, okay, shit, I've gone too far. Let's round it back and let them think about it. Because sometimes people just want to think about it. Actually, truthfully, honestly want to think about it. But don't put that to everyone. Most of the people that said they were going to think about it, they'll forget everything. And most of the people that you sell on are the people that you're gonna take care of. Every single objection that comes your way, you will have to win over it. You have to win over. You can't feel this feeling of sympathy. You need to feel empathy, but not sympathy. You're not a bad human because you don't feel sympathy, but because you think that maybe, and only maybe, if you don't help them in a month or 2 or 3 months, when they forget you and go off their own, they just get bankrupt. Or because of you, they could have gotten to their goals 10 times easier. You never know until you try. That's why in your head you have to focus on every single objection all the time. So that's what I've been taking on these days, taking on getting away from my comfort zone and just attacking all the objections all the time. So that's the biggest thing I've learned. Of course, I'm doing all my regular things like meditating, journaling, reading the books, and I've been successfully taking up the time, taking up the pages. So I read a bit more, write a bit more, do a bit more of everything, 1% better every single day. Try 0.1%, that's more doable technically. But anyways, so that's everything that's happened for me in my week, and the biggest take is again focused on objections and focus that is gonna go your way, one way or another, and you will have to do everything you can do to get it.
Exactly as my brother mentioned, when a client says no, whether that be in a sales call, in a video call, or in real life face to face, they usually have doubts and fears, and you should never trust what they think, their negative thoughts. Instead, you should use that to basically motivate them to convince themselves to buy. So all in all, when a client says no, you should continue to the point where my brother said that you're feeling that now they're getting annoyed, and you should probably stop and step back a little and let them think for themselves. So when it comes to my week, it's been of course very different from previous weeks, because now we're not sending the looms. We have no email domains for the outreach. So basically what I'm doing right now is I've been waking up much earlier, I've been working and making my workday much longer, and basically just writing out all the copies for the new emails, all the follow-ups, everything that we need to just start with the outreach. I'm almost done with all the copies and follow-ups and confirmations and whatnot. And of course, I've been increasing my reading time this week. I've been reading much more books, taking a lot of notes, and making sure to read the previous notes of my previous books that I've written. It's very interesting to see and get a recap of the previous books that I've read, and it's really nice to read them a little bit every day. And one more thing, one tip for you guys, if you have a business, an agency, or just in your free time in normal life, make sure to check your subscriptions, because especially when you have a business, when you change the way you outreach, the way you get leads, the way you prospect for people, you will have, or you probably have some subscriptions that you do not need, that are just running in the background. So just make sure that once in a while, when you change stuff or in your free time, just check what subscriptions you have, and I'm sure that you'll find some very odd ones that you're not really using, whether that be in business or just in your free time. So all in all, just make sure to check your finances, to check what you're paying for, and stop paying for the things that you're not using, and stop buying things that you know you shouldn't do, whether that be eating at restaurants every single day and not cooking at home when you should. So just make sure to take account for your finances and be truthful. Do not lie, and be honest with yourself or your significant one. If you're working with a partner, be honest with them and tell them how the situation is looking. And with that said, I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching this video. And if you got some insights on how to sell, what to close, and what to think about, then we're really happy that you got some value from this video. And other than that, thank you guys so much again for watching our videos, and we hope that you have a fantastic day.